Hey, you guys. This is Jocelyn from the Vibe Studio. Right now, I'm just outside. It's a beautiful day out here. The weather's gorgeous. I'm hoping that some people that were on the live yesterday, bringing marriage back, um, enjoy themselves. And, sometimes it's hard. It's hard for people to hear the truth. And the truth hurts. But if everyone keeps lying to you, will you ever change? Will you ever grow? Some people don't think they need to grow. And you have people out there that think that, everything is fine and the way they're doing things is perfect in their eyes. But what about being perfect in other people's eyes? So this series, I'm so passionate about it. I'm so passionate about marriage. I try my hardest every day. And I'm just, it's so dear to my heart. I watch my parents and, I envy them. They gave me the blueprint and it worked for them. So, I'm 15 years in. So hoping that we're together a lifetime. But guess what? On this journey, there's got to be growth. There has to be growth. I'm not the same person I was 15 years ago. The things that made me laugh 15 years ago don't make me laugh no more. The things I used to eat 15 years ago, I don't eat no more. So if you feel like, oh, I've never changed, then that's sad. Because if you didn't change, you haven't grown. So I'm doing this topic once a week. I think I'm going to stick to Sundays, 6 o'clock, with my co-host, Aaliyah Lynn, affectionately known to social media as Aaliyah Weah. That's my daughter. So she's bridging that gap. So that's what we're talking about. Trying to show the young people that marriage don't start with the ring. Marriage doesn't start at the altar. Marriage doesn't start when you're dating. If you're dating with a purpose, marriage starts way before that. It starts with holding on to what you value and never ever compromising what you want for someone else. So you have to write it on the wall and make it plain. This is what I want. This is what I'm looking for. Yesterday's live, we actually touched on things to look for. We talked about the difference between a woman and a wife. There's a lot of powerful women in the Bible. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with being single. There is nothing wrong with saying I'm a man and I know I'm a man, but I'm not a husband. Because I don't want to compromise or hold my wife's heart in my hands. I don't want the responsibility that God places on me to care for my wife. I don't want to be responsible for her heart. So come judgment day, God is putting that on me, so, and that's okay. But you got to know the difference. Not every woman was made to be a wife. Deborah wasn't a wife in the Bible. She was powerful. So many powerful women in the Bible, but when you know who you are, never let nobody tell you differently. So, like I said, I've been married for a long time. So I'm not compromising on what I know is right when it comes to marriage. So this is for my daughters. They're all unmarried. So that's why this topic is so passionate with me, because I have girls, lots of girls. They want to get married, but they're scared. They're scared. They're scared of the love bombing, the clickbaiting, all the things that they see on social media, So I try to tell them, first you have to find out if that man is a husband. In the same way, men, find out if that woman is a wife. Just because she's a woman and she's tall and she's beautiful does not make her a wife. To be a wife is a lot of compromising. You have to understand this to your core. You have to it's a selfless thing. But when you have a husband on top, it all trickles down under that umbrella and it's just beautiful. Will every day be perfect? Heck no. But you remember the commitment that you made to each other, and nothing breaks you long as that circle. That's why that ring is there, to remind you that I'm connected with someone else. And it's just, sometimes, I see my hand and be like, wow, I've been married a long time. It's a beautiful thing. So don't let people tell you marriage is not beautiful. It is beautiful. And it can be so grand, but it takes growth, and you got to grow together. That's the thing with marriage that people don't understand. You can't grow like this together. You got to grow like this. You got to grow in your finances together like this, spiritually, emotionally. It's got to be together. Listen, it can't be like this, because when you're growing like this, guess what you're doing? You're growing apart, slowly apart. And when you get to a certain degree apart, there's no going back. There's no going back. It's hard to mend it. But I just out here with my dog, letting her roam around. Come on. She my other co-host. She be online with me. That's Remy. Right, boo-boo? So yeah, I was just outside waiting for her to go handle her business. And I said I was going to jump online and just talk about my series that we have going on Sundays on TikTok. It's bringing marriage back and letting everybody know it's a beautiful thing. When you find that right one, sifting through it can be fun, but take your time, stand in prayer. Make sure you're okay with being alone in quietness so you can hear God speak to you. You can't hear him talk to you if you got a lot of chaos around you. And just remember, if chaos is there, it's not God. So if you meet somebody and 6 months down the line, it's just mass confusion, just know you're under attack. Spiritual warfare is there, but don't give up. Somebody out there no, I'm not going to say there's somebody out there for everybody, because that's not the truth. I don't believe that. But let me tell you something. If you say to yourself, I'm a husband and I'm going to find me a wife. The Bible says a man that finds a wife finds a good thing. But the Bible also says, if you don't honor your wife, he will hinder your prayers. So that's why you have to be careful. You have to be careful, you guys. So that's it. I just got on here and just bumping my gums as always. So thank you guys. Double tap that screen. Viral Vibes with Jocelyn. I'm on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and X. Tell a friend. The marriage series every Sunday from 6 to 7. If I'm a little bit late, from 7 to 8. My goal is 6 to 7. I'm trying to be prompt. We did our third series last night. And I started it with dating. First, I said I was going to do a 10-part series on marriage. And then I got to praying, and God said, no, you got to talk about before the ring. You got to talk about before the altar. You have to let these people know. Don't go around asking, what can you bring to the table? Because if you meet your wife and you meet your husband, they know what to bring to the table. And it's not going to be their lip gloss, their spoon, their fork. It's more than that. So I hope that I see you guys there. So Sundays, 6 to 7, bringing marriage back on Viral Vibes with Jocelyn. Bye, you guys.